Hey y'all, I know it's been a long time since I've been here, but I have the update that many of you have been waiting for. I have been on Mounjaro for the last year and I have a success story that I'm ready to tell. You ready to listen? Stay tuned.
Feeling me all of a sudden, you digging me all of a sudden, done playing with me all of a sudden, all in or it's nothing. Oh, you feeling me all of a sudden, you digging me all of a sudden, done playing with me all of a sudden, all in or it's nothing.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Nurse KP and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time here, I want to say thank you for taking the time to watch my video, and if you are a returning viewer or subscriber, I want to say thank you for coming back. And I just want to express how the last year has been since I've been on Mounjaro. I'm ready to tell my story and I'm ready to just, let everything out about how my experience has been since I have been on this medication. And I'm just going to tell you from the beginning up to now, how I've been on the medication, how long I've been on it, and everything that has happened since I've been on it. Mounjaro is an injectable prescription medication used along with diet and exercise to improve your blood sugar in type 2 diabetes. It is not known if it can be used in people who have had pancreatitis, and it is not for use in people with type 1 diabetes. With type 1 diabetics, your body does not make any insulin. It is more for people who have insulin resistance. So with that being said, type 2 diabetics only. It is a GLP-1, it's a glucose-dependent insulotropic polypeptide. GLP-1, that's just what it means. Okay, that's just what it means. So if anybody wanted to know what a GLP-1 means, but it helps to regulate your blood sugar, and it does slow down your gastric emptying, so that's how you feel fuller faster, so you do not eat more, so you achieve satiety faster. So this is what Mounjaro is. It is an injection that I do in my belly once a week, every Thursday or Friday. And it comes in the strengths of 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10 milligrams, 10.5 milligrams, and a max dose of 15 milligrams. As I have stated, I am on the 12.5 milligrams, and I love it. Over the last year, there's been this craze with Mounjaro, there's been this craze with Ozempic, Wegovy, and a lot of people have seen weight loss. However, it is a medication prescribed for diabetics. However, many have seen the side effect of this medication has been weight loss, which is what I have experienced over the last year. Over the last year, I have lost a total of 75 pounds. Go me. And I'm going to be honest with you. I do not exercise. I have not changed my eating habits. I've only changed how I ate, not what I ate. So I still eat the same things. I still enjoy the same things that I have enjoyed before. However, I just don't eat in the manner that I used to eat as I have done before. So September 23rd, 2022, I began Mounjaro. And many of you are asking, or may be asking, or if you do not already know, Mounjaro is a medication that is prescribed for diabetes. It is noted to be a GLP-1 medication. It is through the manufacturer of Lilly pharmaceutical group. It is under the generic name of tirzepatide. I may not be pronouncing it right, but it's tirzepatide as far as I'm concerned. Also, I've noted that newly in the news that tirzepatide, Lilly had come out with Zepbound, 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 which is another form of tirzepatide that has been approved for weight loss. Now, going back to September 23rd, 2022, I gave birth back in February of 2022, and I was at my birth weight, with my baby's birth weight of 311 pounds. I followed up with my primary care doctor after I had my baby. I was 311 pounds. And I had my A1C checked to see if I was still a diabetic because I had gestational diabetes. And so I had my A1C checked. My A1C was 7. It wasn't critically high. It wasn't off the charts, off the Richter scale. However, it was greater than 6. So it was almost 8 as far as my A1C goes. So when I was pregnant, when I was going through my gestational diabetes, I was on glipizide. I was on 5 milligrams of the glipizide, and my sugars were still not controlled. I had to go see maternal fetal medicine, which is the high-risk doctors, because I was diabetic and I was approaching 35 years old. So that put me in the high-risk category in addition to my age. So I was a gestational diabetic. I was on glipizide. Sugars were still uncontrolled. Sugars was almost 300, 200. Every time I've checked, I was sticking my fingers 4 times a day. And I was over it. I was done. You know, it's just, I couldn't get my sugars controlled. I was at a point where I was finally eating, and I was pregnant, so I'm not finna watch my diet. I seen a nutritionist and everything, but I'll be honest with you, I was not doing the things that I needed to do. So, with my sugar still not being controlled with glipizide, then with glipizide, like the first dose that I took, my sugar dropped to like 50 something. And having low blood sugar, hypoglycemia, it's not a good feeling. I was shaky, I was jittery, I was hot, I was irritable. I was a lot of things. So glipizide was not for me. But in addition to the glipizide, they added Lantus, which is the long-acting insulin. I was on that 10 units twice a day to get my sugars controlled, and it just brought it down to like the 160s. So it got to a point where I was still seeing maternal fetal medicine, and my sugars were still uncontrolled. They told me, you know, I was 35 weeks pregnant at the time. They told me, hey, you have oligohydramnios, which is basically low fluid, and your sugars are still out of control with insulin and glipizide, so you have to go deliver. 2/22/22, I was going to have a palindrome baby, but I did not want to be cut. So with that being said, I told them, let me labor. Allow me to labor, and then if I do not progress in my labor, then we can proceed to a C-section. And so I ultimately ended up giving birth the next day. And yeah, so I gave birth the next day. Sugar still wasn't controlled. So going back to my story of how I ended up on Mounjaro, we switched from the glipizide and the long-acting insulin to metformin. I was on metformin. I did not want the immediate release, because immediate release metformin, everyone knows that it gives you the shitsels, okay? It gives you bad diarrhea. You don't want an immediate release metformin. So I was on the extended release metformin twice a day. I didn't like it. I just didn't like taking a pill. So my nurse practitioner, my primary care, who I see, said, hey, there's this new drug on the market. I think you should try it. You're a great candidate for it. At that point, I was 300 pounds. The day that I went into the office, I only lost 11 pounds from birth, which is basically water weight. I went into the office. I was 300 pounds that day. She gave me the Mounjaro, which was samples at 2.5 milligrams. And I was taking those weekly. And as far as that goes, I'm going to go back to my weight loss chart. I should have this already pulled up. And I was 300 pounds the day I started Mounjaro to September 23rd, 2022. That day, I was 300 pounds. And then I moved up to the 5 milligrams after I finished my first box, which was the first month of Mounjaro. So by November 21st, I was down to 281, which was 19 pounds down in a month. because it suppressed my appetite. I was drinking tons of water because I will let you know, Mounjaro makes you really thirsty. And so I was drinking tons and tons of water. So, and I was not eating. So I dropped 19 pounds in the first month. By Thanksgiving of last year, I was 278.5. A little after Christmas, I was 277.1 of 2022. And I started out the year, which is this year, 2023, at 271.5. I went from 5 milligrams for, I think I had 3 boxes of 5 milligrams. So I went to 5 milligrams for 6 months, and then I went up to 7.5. No, 7.5 milligrams in January of this year. January 17th, I remember, because I got that shipment in the mail. So I was on 5 milligrams for 3 months, and then I was on 5, I don't fucking know. I was on 2.5 milligrams from September to October, October to November, November to December, December to January is on 5 milligrams, okay? So by January of 2023, I was up to 7.5 milligrams. Hello, stay with me. By January of this year, I was on 7.5 milligrams. And that was for 3 months, so January, February, March. So I was supposed to move up to the 10, and I ended up having the toughest time securing the 10 milligram Mounjaro. So I ended up taking Ozempic for about a month until I could find my 10 milligrams, which I never did. So I ended up going to the 12.5 milligrams, which I've been on for the last 6 months. So this would be my third round of 3 months of the 12.5 milligrams. So I was on Ozempic for the month that I was out, because I didn't want any type of the diabetes. So I wanted some type of GLP-1 in my system. So I went to the Ozempic as an alternative for the month till I got my 12.5 milligrams, which I've been on. Now, as I've noticed, since I've increased, with every increase, please drink water. Drink water, drink water. Stay hydrated, because the medication will make you thirsty. And I'm gonna preach this to everybody I know. Please drink your water. And you will notice that in the middle of you eating, you will achieve satiety faster, which means you'll get fuller faster. Yes, gastric emptying does get slowed. However, you get fuller faster, and in turn you do lose weight. Now, this is not, now it's a weight loss drug, but then it was not considered to be a weight loss drug. So people be like, oh, just get your fat ass in the gym and work out, and then you'll lose weight. Honey, I went to the gym and it did not work out. Walking, exercising, lifting weights, did it all, did the whole 9, and I only lost, prior to all of this, only lost like 5-10 pounds. So my major culprit was food. I will say my major culprit was food, and this is why I was not losing weight, and this is why I was struggling to lose weight. And I'm going to preach the gospel of Mounjaro every time, everywhere I go, because I am an advocate for it. However, this is not to say that the Mounjaro comes without issues. It does come with issues. People are not dying, okay, from Mounjaro and Ozempic. They're dying from side effects of other things, because a lot of people are not saying that they have comorbidities. Comorbidities are other health-related issues going on, and people achieve different results. I do not have high blood pressure. I only have diabetes. So I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have a thyroid disorder. I don't have any of that. So with that being said, I don't have any more other comorbidities that has been hindering me from seeing the results that I have been seeing with the Mounjaro. Now, some days with some injections, I have experienced diarrhea. And I will get on here and tell you that diarrhea does occur with your Mounjaro. Who's to say that it's not going to happen to each and every one of you, but you will experience some diarrhea and it can happen to you. So with that being said, do not take Lamodal. Do not take any anti-diarrheal medicine with Mounjaro. You will lock yourself up because your bowel motility is already slowed. Your gastric emptying is slowed. So we don't want to further slow the gastric emptying by slowing your bowel motility. I am not a physician. This is just my experience. I am speaking from my first person point of view. I didn't want to slow down my bowel motility in addition to slowing down my gastric emptying. So I did not take any type of anti-diarrhea. I did and I suffered. So that's how I know. Don't take an anti-diarrhea with it. If you're experiencing diarrhea, it'll pass. It will pass in like a day or two, okay? Now, if it don't pass in a day or two, I would say seek medical attention, okay? Because I don't want you to get dehydrated and then it turns into a whole issue, okay? So with that being said, stay hydrated, drink your water. You have diarrhea, just let it pass. It's gonna happen. It doesn't happen every week that I take the Mounjaro injection, but it has happened. So be expected to have some diarrhea. Constipation, I have had some episodes of constipation. With that being said, drink your water because I'm not taking in enough water, and so it has led to constipation. So to combat that, I increase my water intake and I'm back fine. I am still on 12.5 milligrams to this day, November, a year later. I've been on, this is my, like I say, over 6 months now, and I don't think I'll progress to the 15 milligrams. I think I'm just going to stay with the 12 because some days the 12 milligrams is harsh on me, and I have yet to been able to obtain the 10 milligrams. So I just jumped from 7.5 to 12.5. That's just from my experience from trying to obtain the 10 milligram Mounjaro. So with that being said, I just been on it for so long. There has been an instance a couple of months ago where I had to go to the emergency room because I was in 10 out of 10 abdominal pain. And I wanted to make sure that I was not suffering from a perforation, or if I wasn't suffering some type of gastroparesis, and it probably was a gastroparesis episode, so I had to get a CT done. And with that being said, it didn't show anything. So I'm guessing it was just an episode of gastroparesis that I was experiencing, and as to why I had so much intense abdominal pain. And I was at work that day, so I had to go down to the emergency room. Yeah, as a nurse, I was not the best patient because I was very impatient. And so with that being said, I ended up leaving AMA from the ER. It happens, and I understand. I ended up leaving AMA from the ER. I got all the results and answers that I needed. So 7.5 hours in the ER with no results, and I had to wait to come and find out through medical records what was going on with me, which was like nothing. I was fine. So I want to encourage you all to stay hydrated. Take your medicine as directed. Do not. Because this is what people are not saying. People are seeing results from the medicine, or they're trying to achieve results faster, and they're double injecting. Do not do that. And I'm telling you as a nurse, do not do that. I'm telling you as a sane person, do not do that. Do not double inject. Do not take more than what is recommended. I don't want anyone out here harming themselves because of a medication and vanity. Okay? Vanity and weight loss is something we all want to achieve, but don't kill yourself trying to get there, because I want everyone to win. Okay? I want everyone to win. That's all I got to say about that. My take on Mounjaro is I love it and I will advocate for it. I will scream to the mountains for it. My experience has not been a bad experience. I have had some events during my experience, and I plan on staying on Mounjaro until my body will not allow me to. People may have negative comments like, why do you do this to yourself? I've lost 75 pounds. I've lost weight that I never thought I could have achieved on my own. I was getting to a point where I was considering bariatric surgery. And by me being on Mounjaro and losing the amount of weight that I've lost, I no longer need to have bariatric surgery. I am currently down to 225. I weigh myself every Friday. And I am now dancing around the 220s. The lowest I've gotten since I've been on Mounjaro is 222. So with that being said, I will always say, talk to your healthcare professional before you decide to start the medicine. Do not buy it on the black market. Also, I do want to bring up that there are some compounds out there. I don't have information or research on it. So people have been compounding the semaglutide, getting it from the compound pharmacy, those who do not qualify for it. So I cannot speak much on that. But if there's anything that you want to ask me about Mounjaro, leave a comment down below. Or you can inbox me on Instagram. You can send me a direct message to Nurse KP on Instagram. And I will get back with you as soon as I can if you have any questions on Mounjaro. Now, I'm only going to speak for Mounjaro. I was on Ozempic for 1 month, so I don't know. But I'm going to speak on Mounjaro strictly. So if you have any questions about Mounjaro, I'm more than willing and I'm happy to answer them in the comments or on Instagram at Nurse KP. I am having some loose skin from the weight loss, but I don't have a substantial amount of loose skin. I mean, I have like, this, but I've noticed like in my arms, they've become a little bit more slender. My stomach has went down. It's not as rotund. So I don't get the question, are you pregnant as much as I've used to anymore? I'm down from an 2X, 3X in uniforms down to an extra large. We're a 1X in some things, but most things I'm down to like a 1X extra large. And I am more confident in who I am as a person. Mounjaro has changed my life. And it's, like I say, there's money in treatment, but not in prevention. Yeah, you can say go work out. You can say, hit the gym. But I have ailments that does not allow me to go to the gym. I have, I can work out at home. I have home workout equipment, but I just don't. I can't even say time. I just don't. And sue me. Say what you have to say, but, it is what it is and it'll be what it'll be. I've lost weight that I've never thought that I would lose in my entire life. I'm enjoying this journey. I'm loving the new me. I'm loving the skin that I'm in. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to achieve the same results. Whether you're on Mounjaro, Wegovy, Ozempic, or this new tirzepatide medication that's for weight loss. I want everyone to win because being overweight comes with a lot of issues. It comes with a lot of ailments. It comes with high blood pressure. It comes with diabetes. It comes with kidney failure. You can be in the greatest shape of your life and still have high blood pressure because some people are predisposed to certain health-related issues. Kickstart on your weight loss journey. Do what you have to do. Some people may call it cheating. I don't call it cheating. I call it a jump start in life. Like I say, I would have never lost the 75 pounds that I've lost since being on Mounjaro had I not been introduced to it. I still would have been overweight, depressed, tired all the time, and not being able to run around with my children. So I don't know. I just get with the program and love it. I love myself even more for losing weight. I love myself for taking the time to even getting on the journey and doing something about it. You know, my family, they tell me, oh, you look so good. What are you doing? And I get stopped. People ask me about, you know, Mounjaro, Wegovy, semaglutides, just any type of medication. People ask me about it. I don't say I'm an expert. However, I do know some things because I have a firsthand experience with the medication. I understand and I understand. I'm going to get to a point where I overstand in a minute. But just let me get there. This has been an experience. It has been a journey, and it is not one that I will turn around and turn my back from. It is one that I advocate for everybody who is suffering and want to get on it if you qualify. And another thing is insurance. Insurance. That's another issue that a lot of people has been having. Insurance is not paying for it unless you are a diagnosed diabetic. Insurance is not paying for it because they consider it to be cosmetic. Now, one thing that I have been doing over the last year is I have been using the coupon. If you can use the coupon from the Mounjaro website, I get a 3-month supply of Mounjaro for $25 for 3 months. Now that the coupon is expired for me, I'm going to be paying $100 for 3 months, but that's better than paying $1,200 a box. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. It's better than paying $1,200 a box. So with that being said, $25 a month for a 3-month supply, you can't beat it with a stick. Okay? So if you qualify for it and your insurance covers it, please, please, please utilize the coupon. It has changed over time. The card is very cost effective. And I would say that you need to use it. Read the fine print, because I ain't got time to go through the fine print, but it lists the terms and conditions of everything. And like I say, this card expired at the end of next month. So, like I said, but it only covers up to $575 for a monthly refill of 4 pens and a separate annual cap of $34.50. I don't know how to say a separate cap of $34.50 when I've been on it for a whole year, getting my medication for $25 a month, every 3 months. Sorry, I misspoke. So, with that being said, get the medicine. Talk to your physician about it and see if it's right for you. And if it is determined that it is right for you, take it. Do not take more than you are recommended to take, okay? It ain't gonna make the weight jump fast. It's gonna make yourself sick if you take more than what you're supposed to take. So please take it as recommended. Do not abuse this, because you can hurt yourself with this medication, as with anything. Risk and benefits are involved. Okay. Take it as prescribed. Talk to your physician. See if it's right for you, and if it is right for you, I suggest you get it. Use the coupon if you can, and if you can't use the coupon, send it in with your prescription to your mail order pharmacy or give it to the pharmacist at the local pharmacy. Until next time, y'all, we'll be back on this journey together, and I'll continue to give updates as I see fit or as it allows it in my schedule. Bye-bye.
You won't break my soul, I'm telling everybody.